Hey there, Heather Boyd Wire here, and this week I had a special request from Angelique to make some fidget rings. So I'm going to show you how to make 3 different designs. So what you're going to need for this project are your tools. I'm using 20 gauge wire. I have my ring cone, and for the beads you can either use seed beads or little 4mm miracle beads. They're a little big though, and these are actually 3mm crimps, which seem to work quite well. So we'll start with this style that has sort of 3 rows of the beads that move back and forth, and for that you're going to get a 8 to 10 inch piece of wire, and you'll start just by taking your ring cone and winding it around 3 times so it's around the size of your finger. Okay, just like that. And then what you want to do is string on your beads. So you can start by putting 3 beads on there. We'll go 3. These are going to be in your middle row. So we'll put the 3 beads and just bring them around to the middle. See, they're in the middle there. And then what we want to do is actually, this is a little tricky, we're just going to bend this one down a bit and then curve it around. Okay, we're going to bend it down and curve it up. Okay, and these you're going to have to, they're going to slide around, so you're going to just put them back there. And then we're going to take 3 more. I'm using these 3mm crimps. These are good because they have quite large holes, so they slide back and forth quite well. If your holes aren't big enough, they're not going to slide very well. So once you have that, you want to be able to make sure these are going to hold in place, and then hold these 3 wires together and very carefully, okay, it's a little tricky, you're going to hold this and wind it around these 2 wires. So we're going to take that, wind it through. If you need some help with your pliers, you can do that. So we're going to go around there and then in again. Okay, I'm going to do it twice. Okay, so that's secure there, and we're going to clip it, and we'll go back to it after and pinch it in, but for now we're just going to clip that. And then carefully flip it over. Okay, so we have this row here, the middle row, and then this one you want to bend around the same place here. So hold it in place, give it a little bend down, curve it up. Okay, and then we're going to put our 3 beads on here, which are actually crimps, but you can use beads. If you can get some little round beads, metal beads, they're cute too, as long as the hole is big enough. So we have those 3 on there, and the idea now is you want to leave enough wire that they can slide back and forth. So hold this in place here. Okay, this one bead is fallen around, so you got to make sure all your beads are in the middle there. So with 3, 3, 3, so hold this in place so these wires are lined up, and then wrap it with this one. Same thing, you can get your flat pliers just to grab it a little better, because sometimes it's hard to grip it with your fingers. So we're going to bring that around twice. Okay, and then give that a good clip here, and then at that point we want to try it on the ring cone, and if you have any pinchy edges, we're going to just poke them in there, and there you have your little fidget ring where these beads move back and forth. So the second style of ring actually has 2 rows of movable beads. So for that, we're going to take our wire, could be a little less long, maybe about 7 or 8 inches, and take it and wrap it around the ring cone again. Okay, so we're just going to wrap it around. So we have 2 kind of rows right there, and then we're going to take our beads, and it doesn't really matter how many you put on. I think it would be fun to have one row with 3 and one row with 2, but it really depends on your taste and depends on the size of the beads. So we'll get 5 on there. Okay, and then the idea is we want to bring like 2 around to one row and 3 to the other. So we're just going to wind them around. So we've got 2 on the top and 3 on the bottom, or vice versa. And then the idea is you need to attach these wires together. So the beads are hanging down there. We're lining up the back of the, at the back of the ring, there's the wires there. So we're going to just hold it tightly in place, take this wire and bend it through. And again, we can take our pliers to help it out. You want to keep these 2 wires so they're one beside each other. Try not to overlap them. Okay, so we're going to do that and clip that one tightly in place and then flip it around. You want to wind this wire around these 2 wires here so it's secure. Wind it a couple of times through, 2 or 3 times, however many you want. This is going to be behind the finger, and then we're going to clip it. And then you just want to pinch these in place so they're not going to scratch you. That's the idea. You want to pinch them in place and then adjust this if you need to, and then you just put it on your ring cone. And you'll see this one's kind of funky. You can spread them open a little bit if you want, and there you have your ring and these little things. You can fidget around with them. So this one's super simple. You just take a wire and wind it around the ring form, and then we're going to get 3 beads. I'm going to use the seed beads for this. You can use some little 4mm round beads if you like. You could use the miracle beads, which are my favorite beads. So here we go. So we just stick them here on there, and then what you want to do is bring them around to the front. Okay, and then we want to hold these 2 wires in place and wind this through here. Okay, you can hold it in place with your pliers if you like. If you find it easier, just hold these together, careful not to scratch the wire. Okay, and let's bring it through twice. I think it's going to be better if we just bring it through twice. Okay, and then give that a little bit of a clip. Pinch that down a little bit. Okay, and then here, depending on how wide you want them to be able to go back and forth, so say we just bring it to here and we want, like, say that much space for them to go back and forth, then you're going to hold this wire where you want to bend it and bring it through here, either holding it with your pliers or just with your fingernail, whatever you're most comfortable with. We're going to bring it around. This is 20 gauge wire. You could probably get away with 18. I don't think I'd want to go much thicker or thinner than either of those. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to pinch that in place, and then you'll see you can adjust it a little bit if you want to have it back on there. This one is super easy. You just basically twist the wire on either side and the beads can move around in the middle like that. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more DIY wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your work, please join the Facebook group, the Wire Art and Jewelry Makers Club, where we share photos of our work and get inspiration from others If you'd like to check out our Etsy shop, my husband and I specialize in wire wedding cake toppers and custom jewelry. I'll link up my shop below. Also, if you'd like to receive my monthly newsletters, you can sign up below and I'll send you my Wire Art Essentials ebook with all kinds of ideas for materials and supplies. So thanks again, Angelique, for your great idea. If you guys have special requests for designs for DIY videos, be sure to let me know, and we'll see you the next time.